Yo, what is up, everybody? Give me a second here to go live on Instagram. Come on, StreamYard, you can do it. There we go. Bam. Now we're live on Instagram. Man, excited to talk to y'all, man. I want to talk about the power of three. Okay. No matter what season you're in, no matter where you're at in business and your health and your career, I've always found that the focus on these three, the power of three disciplines in my life, is how we evolve, how we succeed, how we grow at every level. What's up, Lakeisha? It's good to see you. What's up, Grace? The first one is your mindset. Okay, you heard a lot of stuff around mindset, right? He that thinks he can and he that thinks he can't, both are correct. You know that your thoughts produce your feelings, which produce your behaviors, which produce your result in life, right? Like that's cognitive behavioral therapy 101. That if you can think about thoughts that align with the life that you desire, that will cause feelings that produce the energy to create and to align and to take action in a way that aligns with that desire. Think of it like if you think that you are going to be $100,000 earner this year, you feel a certain way and therefore behave in a certain way. But if you believed and thought that you would be a $10 million earner this year, you would think and you would believe it and you behave in a certain way. And so the awareness of that process where you're at, and again, I can go into some tips around it, but let me go through all three first, because and I'll go back to some nuances. The second one is your skill set. So number one in the power of three is your mindset. Number two is your skill set. Now, this is what I love because when I was learning mindset, people taught me like, hey, if you just believe that you can achieve, and that is primary foundationally true. Like it's hard to achieve if you do not believe. But skill set is still important, and your mindset cannot override your skill set. And here's what I mean by that. Like when I played athletics, one of the things that we were taught was that you had to believe that you were going to be the best in the world. Like, who's number one? Me. Everybody better raise their hand. Because if you think that way, you behave that way, you perform that way. But no matter how much mindset, no matter how hard, how much you believe that in your mind, at some point, we measure. At some point, the clock hits zero. At some point, somebody scored 27 points and somebody scored 23. At some point, somebody hit 3 goals and somebody hit 2. At some point, somebody ran a 4-5 and somebody ran a 4-3. The skill set actually was the difference maker. And some people, literally, they're so caught up in mindset that they're trying to supersede their lack of skill. Somebody write that down. Like they're so caught up in I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I'm going to manifest it. And they would be doing so much better if they was actually working their skill set, refining their craft, reading books in their industry, working on their writing, working on their speaking, working on their whatever skill and whatever industry that they're in. And they're trying to override their lack of skill set by using a mindset. And that don't work for me. That don't work for me. Never did. Never did. Like you got a bunch of people talking about manifestation that's broke. It's like, hey man, get your skill set right. Get your skill set right. And so your mindset, number one. Number two, your skill set. And then number three, your network. Your network. Your network will determine your net worth. You are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. We know that if you hang around 4 millionaires, you'll become the 5th. We know that who we hang around, we become like. We know that birds of a feather flock together. We know that who we surround ourselves with matters. Our mindset, our skill set, our network, okay? Now, I used to hear the tip on networking, and I used to get frustrated because at the time, I didn't think that I had so many friends that were wealthy or that was living a different life. It was like, okay, I understand that my net worth is determined by my network, but what am I supposed to do? Just go up to rich people and ask them, can I be their friends? Like I had no clue how to go about actually building a stronger, more profitable, more healthy, more life-giving network, okay? And so I understand that some of you may be in that season. Okay, some of you may be introverts like me and don't even like networking in general. What I've learned is that I actually enjoy networking as long as it's done in a way that fulfills me. What I don't like is passing out business cards. What I don't like is having shallow conversations. What I don't like is you talking to me and doing speed dating. I don't like none of that. What I do like is actually seeing where we align, actually seeing what your story is and learning about your journey, connecting to feel into your values, talking about big ideas and saving the world and all that type of stuff. I enjoy conversations and networking as long as there's space and time to have that level of conversation. And what I found is that a lot of people are too busy trying to move fast, or we want to crunch everybody in a room. People want to go faster, but they don't necessarily want to go deeper. And again, I don't believe that is exclusively true for everybody. And that's why October 18th, we're actually hosting a networking event. I'm putting that out there. I told myself I was going to maybe do it, but I'm going to do it. October 18th, we're going to host a networking event here in Franklin, Tennessee. So comment networking if you want to find out details about that event. I'd love to get, 50 to 100 people of just high level people that are out here doing good things in the world, and you actually want to network deeper. And maybe that's what I should call it, deeper networking, right? Because we're not just spraying and praying our business cards and talking to people who we don't know so that we can follow up and have 15-minute conversation with people who we don't want to do life with. Like, no. That's not how we do this. Anyways, let me go. My audio sounds low. Lose the AirPods. Thank you, bro. It's actually not the AirPods because they're just in my thing. It's my mic. But thank you for that. I can actually turn her up a bit. Let me know if now it caps too hard. Good look. See, somebody looking out for you, boy. Somebody looking out for you, boy. Let me see if I can. I bet you if I close my butt and stop showing my chest here. Here, let me fix myself up. Good looking out, the network king. Why ain't none of y'all else help me out with that stuff? Maybe it's you, bro. Maybe you need some new headphones. Ain't nobody else complaining. No, it's probably me. I know this microphone been doing me dirty, and I got a virtual presentation tomorrow, so I got to fix it today. Back to what I was saying: your mindset, your skill set, your network. So let me cover a nuance in mindset that I feel is helpful. One of the challenges with mindset is that you can consciously think that you are further than what you subconsciously are. Hey, bro. Hey, that's good, y'all. Did y'all catch that? I'm going to say it again. Somebody want me to say it again? Type again in the chat. And let me know if my sound's better too. Okay. There we go. We got one again. I see you. I see you on the networking. We'll make sure we shoot you the deets, bro. October 18th. You can consciously think that you're in a place where subconsciously you're actually further. Okay, I said it better the first time. The point is this, is that we can think that we are more confident than we are. We can think that we have less insecurities than what we actually do. We can fool ourselves to thinking that because we understand a mindset principle, that our whole soul, our whole beingness is actually congruent with that in which we say. This is where mirror work became powerful for me in developing my mindset, because there was things where I thought I was confident. I thought I had a level of self-belief. And then I started to look in the mirror at myself, and I would repeat these affirmations or these declarations. I was like, the stuff that they tell y'all to say, like, you can do it. I am enough. You're worthy. You're the head, not the tail. You're valuable. You're the top this. You're the this, that. And I would see that when I said these things to myself, like if you would have interviewed me and be like, hey, man, you believe you the best or whatever, I'd be like, yeah. But when I said them to myself in the mirror, part of what I started to notice was that there was an incongruency. Like I couldn't look myself in the eye and say some of these statements. And I noticed, like, man, I don't think I'm actually as confident. I think I got a lot more insecurity. Like, I don't actually believe some of these affirmations about myself or these declarations about myself. And if I do believe them, I'm at like a 7 instead of a 9 or a 10. And so I want to give you that mindset tip because so many people I see, they're fooling themselves and thinking that they've arrived in their mindset, but I can see that they're not actually congruent. They're not actually sold. It's a stretch in their belief in what they're trying to believe. And that's what happens in an evolution, right? You got to see it before you become it. And people struggle with that. Like if there's too much of a gap between where they're energetically aligned and where their mind is telling them that they're at. And so part of how we see where we're really at is looking in front of the mirror, repeating those affirmations or the declarations or those goals, and just like being honest with yourself. Because here's what can happen. You can lie to your peers, you can lie to your coworkers, you can lie to your employees, but you cannot lie to yourself. I mean, you can, but you're not really lying to yourself because you know the truth. The difference is you can lie to somebody else and they believe it. You lie to yourself, and it's like deep down that where you actually are. I was going to say something different. So your mindset, that's a little tip, a little nuanced tip for you, okay? If you're cultivating your mindset, try repeating beliefs that you know that like you want to be true, to be true, goals that you're stretching for, repeat them out loud in the mirror and self-assess where you're at, and just keep practicing it in front of the mirror till you start to get more congruent with that mindset. Okay, that way you don't have to fake it till you make it. You can actually feel it to become it. Okay, hope somebody caught that. So your skill set, obviously, work on it every day. That's where the 1% better comes in. It's like legit right now. You should be writing in the chat like what book, what podcast, what coach, what program, what daily discipline are you doing? This is like legit Kobe Bryant in the gym shooting the 1,000 shots. Like in every one of our industries, we have that. Our commitment to the foundational skills. I remember one of my coaches used to always say, people want to do what's new. They don't want to do what's necessary. It's like we want to do the new thing. We want to download ChatGPT. We want to go this. And I'm not saying we shouldn't adapt or innovate. Like I'm all for it. But I am saying like do the main thing. Do you do your accounting? Are you doing your books? If you're a speaker, are you practicing your skill and getting your reps in? One of the things that I didn't have was a safe space to get my reps in. We're creating that in person every single month, every 4 to 6 weeks at least. Our next event's October 19th. Come get the reps, come get in the work. We cap the registration at 10 people because we want to make sure that we give people the time and the space to go deep into their expression. So get your reps in, whatever it is. If it's writing, you should be writing every single day. I remember being on a Zoom call with Brian Tracy, and he was talking about, what's up, Kelly? What up, Mike? And he was talking about, like, I don't know, he published like 71, 78 books. And it was just like, safe space. You find that safe space. Let me finish this story. He's published 71, 78 books, however many he's published, and asked him, like, what's the secret? Literally, you know what the secret is? Write every day. Write every day. Would make sense, right? And so play the piano every day. Sing every day. Rap every day. Play basketball, dribble every day, rebound every day. Like do it every single day. Like work on the skill set every single day, constantly evolve it. Okay, that's how. And again, when you get coaching, lean into your edges. You got to understand, like when you get to a certain level, like when I went to like from top 1,000 in the world to top 100 in the US, like that's a different bracket. And we're not like it's not, you're not getting groundbreaking information at that point. Like you're making minor tweaks in your game that make major differences in your life. And some of you keep joining programs thinking that you're looking for tons of information and all these new profound strategies and insights, when really you should be looking at your edges and finding the minor tweaks that are going to make the major differences in your life and your business. And so that's how we cultivate skill set. So we talked about mindset. I gave you the nuances and the specific practice of mirror work. We talked about skill set and actually having a daily discipline of development of the consistency to the fundamentals, and then network, constantly expanding that network, knowing that the best thing you can do is ask for help. And for me, the thing that helped me to accelerate my network the most was my story. When I couldn't impress people with my wealth, I connected with people with my story. When I didn't have an impressive enough skill because of the room, I connected with my story. When I felt like there was too many people saying what they did and everybody had their I help people do X, Y so that they can Z statement, and our minds was still evolving and unclear, I always had my story. Your ability to communicate, to express your story in a way that resonates with people is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. And so for me, when I learned to tell my story, my network started to expand. When I do live streams, just like it's happening right now, people would hear and they comment and comment and DM and reach out and go to my website. Why? Because there's something about how I'm saying what I'm saying that's making them move. It's energy and motion. And some of you, you're too monotone, you're too cut off, you're too suppressed to actually move people in your communication. And you need to come out to our events and work through whatever's in the way of your expression. Nobody's voice was meant to be small and insignificant. Some of you are on here and you know the old version of myself. You know the guy who used to get in front of the camera and mumble and look at shame, and my clothes was 8 sizes too big because I just didn't care about my image, and like I was just filled with shame and filled with insecurity and filled with self-doubt and filled with low self-esteem and filled with depression and filled with suicidal thoughts. But when I started to cultivate my mindset, hello, when I started to work on my skill set, hello, when I start to expand my network by telling my story, I grew into a different animal. I grew into a different beast. I became a new version of myself over and over and over again. And that process will never stop. I'm in that evolution right now. It's why I committed to doing these live streams, because I know that it would bring about a level of growth that my inner soul was yearning for. It was like, Darryll, share your story more. Share your story more. More. I know you did 2 million views, but we ain't relaxing there. We got a world to reach. Oh man, I know you're coaching clients. I know your clients are crushing the game. Oh, but there's more. Not because I'm greedy, not because there's an insatiable hunger, not because I'm trying to feel an insecurity, but because I'm just connected to a calling. I'm connected to a voice. I'm tired of ignoring this whispers and having to hear the screams. I'm tired of what one of my friends called the spiritual 2x4. I'm tired of that in my life. I don't want pain to push me. I want vision to pull me. And I went down and sat down after a conference with my family, and we wrote down our gratitude list and our vision and the things that we were aspiring to, and just seeing my daughter's dreams, seeing my wife's dreams on a sheet of paper, it awakened that part of me that I used to have as an athlete that said, I got to get my parents out of the hood, and I got to get my family out of poverty, and I got to break the generational curse of our divorces and all this stuff. And now that I'm in a healthy marriage, not a perfect marriage, and now that I have a family that's together, not a perfect family, and now that we have a level of wealth, not richest people in the world, but we can buy and travel, and we have freedom and work and life, and we can do the things that we're meant here on the planet to do. I've got out of survival and I got into contribution, and there's a level that I've been settling, but there's this inner voice that says, go further, go beyond breaking your generational curse, empower other people, reach the world there, go. And can I tell you that some of you are ignoring those whispers because your bills are paid? You're ignoring those whispers because you're not in a crisis. You're ignoring those whispers because you think you have more time than you have. You're ignoring those whispers because you think you're in control of your life. You're ignoring those whispers. But what if today your development was that you leaned into the whispers and you followed them and you took action on them? Even if they're faint, like, am I supposed to leave my job? Am I supposed to write that book? It's not a loud, blaring yes, but it's a whisper. It's a whisper. Go follow that whisper today. Y'all, this is Darryll. If you missed it, we talked about mindset, skill set, network as the power of three. And we talked about following the whisper so you don't have to hear the screams. Development happens every day, not in a day. Go be about that development. You want information about the networking event, type networking. If you want to learn about the transformational event for speakers, that'll be on the 19th of October, our next event. Type speaking or event. I don't know. Type something in the chat or hit me up in the DMs. I love y'all. I heard my family got here about a couple minutes ago. Peace.